When we come into tariqat, or we've been in tariqat, and then we learn more about our hypocrisy and the weaknesses that we have, especially when it comes to things like namaz or zikr, and we learn that there's so many chance that it's not being accepted anyways. That how do we get out of the trap from shaitan coming saying either number one, what's the point of doing it? It's going to be rejected anyways, or number two,
only
just
Americans are going to ask this question. Because there's a sense of honor in a lot of Muslims that we don't have to, because this is obligation. This is obligation. Only spoiled first world Muslims are going to say, well, since I don't feel it, since I'm so bad, let me just quit. This comes with honor, this comes with obligation, that even if you're bad, you still have to try to do good. Even if you're poor, you still have to be honorable. Even if you're this, even if you're that, you don't have a choice. But we live in a time, in a place where there's so many other choices leading to kufr, not to iman. Different, all sorts of kufr kinds. You want kufr Muslim way, you want kufr liberal way, you want kufr rich way, poor way. Everything is there except for iman. We don't see people who are alive, and we don't see them in their graves, that they are practicing that they can pull us. You understand? We have to understand, these kinds of things that you're asking is also very first world kind of things. Sure, for the vast majority of people, okay, if they feel that they're not praying and they feel like this or like that, but there is still that, no, this is an obligation. We accept it. Islam says it's an obligation. You like or you don't like, okay, that's something else, but it is an obligation. You cannot say, I don't want to do it, or I don't have to do it. You can say, I don't want to do it, but you cannot say, I don't have to do it. Okay, for us now. This is what I mean by, this is part of spirituality. When you realize Allah is giving you a breath of life, when He's giving you so much, when you are understanding what Allah is giving you instead of what Allah should be giving you. What happened? We become religion of Santa Claus also. If I'm a good boy, He's going to give me this. I'm a bad boy, He's not going to give me this. What happened? Our faith has become that. Yes, we have been very, very influenced by these things. Don't think it's not going to influence us. Don't ever think that. Everything that we're witnessing for 5, 10, 20, 40 years that you grew up with, it will influence your faith. Then you slowly start thinking like that too. It is obligation. Why is it an obligation? Because Allah has created you. And you're surrounded by things that will remind you that Allah has given you so much, has created you. If you are surrounded by things, by society that is not looking what Allah has given you, not even putting Allah there, but saying you're entitled to anything and everything that your ego desires, then yes, it's very, very difficult to think like this. Impossible. That's why they say the thing is such a big deal. Okay, I believe in you, God. Finally I believe. You see all these movies? One big, how you say? Huh? Realization. Yeah, nice fancy word. Give me one. Pee-pee. One, enlightenment. Let's use Buddhist term. We want to use Catholic term. And epiphany, yes. Realization. Oh, you exist. Oh my God. And then you believe in us. SubhanAllah. We're not. We're Muslims. The existence of Allah for us Muslims is not just 5 times a day. It's more than that. So many other ones maybe, if they don't pray, it's more difficult. So many other ones, they follow religion, but they don't pray, they don't think, they don't connect anything to their Lord. They don't say thank you. then they're very far away from Allah. They're very far away from that gratitude. They're very far away from understanding how Allah has created you and everything for us. So how are you going to surround yourself and your children with this kind of understanding? This is the important point. Don't think just because you're Muslim you belong to some board in a masjid somewhere. You force your children to go to Sunday school. You force them to swallow the Quran, to memorize. They're going to have faith. We're seeing that hasn't been working. Decades it hasn't been working. Oh, if only we send all the good ones, we bring them to traditional Muslim countries and they become scholars. And then they come back and they teach. Didn't work either. They tried the experiment in the 90s. It's not working. If anything, they go there, they come back, they're a bit schizophrenic. Then finally, everyone is just going to go back to their origin. This one saying, I'm this one saying, I'm that. I'm not trying to be this, I'm not trying to be that. Anyway. So, being grateful to understand food that I'm eating, water that I'm drinking, friends that I have, the family that I have. Not being grateful once a year with a turkey in front of you. That's BS. That you don't care. Now, okay, let's eat. This is what they want to say. Being grateful. Being grateful 5 times a day when you're bending down to your ruku, to your sajda, to say, I've done so many wrong things. Alhamdulillah, I have a prayer that I can run to. Alhamdulillah, I have the sajda that I can run to. That all my sins, may Allah forgive. As the Prophet says, you pray 5 times a day. It is as if you are going into a river to clean yourself. Alhamdulillah. That is spirituality. It's not just doing it like that, but that's understanding what it is. Alhamdulillah, we're running to the zikr. That all week long we're not saying Allah, Allah, Allah like that. We're not trying to block everything. Now we have that opportunity. 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it doesn't matter. All week long we read this news, we watch this video, we do this, but now at least let's listen 5, 10 minutes to what our Shaykh has to say to us. You don't understand the value of your breath, it will be taken away from you. But if you understand the value of your breath, even when that breath is taken away from you, you understand. Because it's not the breath, it is Allah. Then you understand the wisdom and the cause and what it's supposed to do. You understand? When you don't feel, when you don't care, everything is the same, then you're just like a grass. Then why are you in tariqat? Every day is the same, every month is the same. Why are you in tariqat? Don't you know a believer's today has to be better than yesterday? Tomorrow has to be better than today. It feels the same. Once a week, twice a week, it is different. Do we see you running to find the difference? You don't. Then it's not going to help you. It has not helped those ones for over 1,000 years. It has not helped those ones since the time of Adam alayhi salam. When they're not running after Allah. When they hope that if some sky crack open, if the earth splits, if they see some unusual thing, their faith will be very strong. When they see a miracle, their faith will be very strong. When they don't see that, then they're like, it's not the same thing. Sahaba Kiram, after the Prophet ﷺ, they were gathering together, just talking about the miracles of the Prophet. There is a plan. Get in on the plan, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.